Welcome back to the Law of One educational series. In this episode, we're focusing on Session 6, where Ra explains their history with humanity, especially their contact with the Egyptians, and the purpose behind the pyramids. This session blends science, spirituality, and service into a single message, that true wisdom is always guided by love.
That's right. Ra begins by reminding us that their mission is service, nothing more, nothing less. They describe themselves as a social memory complex who came to assist Earth's evolution during a time of spiritual confusion. Their desire was to offer knowledge that could help humanity remember its divine nature.
So they came as teachers, not rulers. They responded to those who were seeking, not to those who demanded proof. That's an important distinction. They say they can only serve to the extent that they are called.
Exactly. Ra honors the law of free will, sometimes called the law of confusion. They cannot interfere or force awakening. They can only offer light to those ready to receive it. They say, we cannot pour light into a vessel not ready to receive it. That's one of their deepest lessons in this session, that even service must be balanced with respect.
And that respect shaped how they shared their knowledge through the design of the pyramids. Ra says they taught the Egyptians about energy, geometry, and healing. But here's what's fascinating. They didn't build the Great Pyramid using machines. They say it was created by thought.
Yes, and that's one of the most intriguing parts of Session 6. Ra explains that when consciousness is fully unified, when the mind, body, and spirit act as one, intention alone can shape matter. The Great Pyramid was formed through focused, intelligent energy, guided by love and understanding. It was a demonstration that spirit creates form when aligned with the Creator.
That's powerful and humbling. It shows us what's possible when will and wisdom merge with purity of heart. The pyramid wasn't just a monument, it was a mirror of the consciousness that built it.
Exactly, and its purpose was healing and initiation. Ra says the pyramid's geometry focuses intelligent energy, what we might call divine light, into a form that interacts with the body and spirit of the one inside. When the person's heart and mind were balanced, this focused energy could align their entire being and promote deep healing.
So the pyramid didn't heal people, it helped them remember that they could heal themselves. It amplified their connection to the infinite.
Perfectly said. Ra teaches that healing happens when a being realizes the truth of its wholeness. The healer, or the instrument, simply channels energy to create the right conditions for that realization. The pyramid was one way to do that, a sacred tool to focus consciousness.
But Ra also warns that such tools can be dangerous if used without understanding. If the healer's intention was impure, or if the initiate wasn't properly prepared, the energy could magnify distortion instead of harmony.
Exactly. And when Ra saw that humans began using this power to control rather than serve, they withdrew their physical presence. They realized their teachings were being misunderstood, and their images were being turned into objects of worship.
That's where their humility really shows. Ra apologizes in this session sincerely for any confusion they caused. They admit they underestimated humanity's tendency to idolize rather than internalize truth.
Yes, and they promise to continue serving in a way that honors free will, through subtle, non-physical means. That's why this contact through meditation and channeling is so sacred to them. It allows seekers to come by choice, not by spectacle.
That's such a beautiful reflection of integrity, serving only when invited, teaching only when the student is ready. It's a philosophy that reminds me of how even in daily life, the purest help comes from compassion, not control.
Exactly. Ra's approach to service is universal. To respond to the call of love, to give without expectation, to protect the free will of all beings. And through the pyramid, they left a living symbol of that principle, an instrument that only works through balance and intention.
That ties everything together: geometry, healing, and service. It's all about harmony within ourselves, with each other, and with the infinite creator. Even the pyramid's shape tells that story. The wide base of experience rising into the single point of unity.
Beautifully said, Maria. And that's the real message of Session 6. Ra's visit to Earth wasn't about giving us power. It was about reminding us how to align with the power already within. The pyramid was just a symbol of what we can build in our own consciousness.
Before we close, I'll leave our listeners with this reflection. Every act of service is a sacred structure. When built with love, it aligns heaven and earth within the heart. The purest wisdom is not shouted from the sky. It is offered quietly to those who seek. Thank you for joining us in this episode 6. In our next episode, we'll move into session 7, where Ra begins explaining how intelligent energy flows through the mind, body, and spirit, and how balance within the self becomes a true path of healing. Until then, may our actions rise from love, and may your service shine as a living pyramid of light. From Your Own Utopia.